All right. What's up, my people? This is Holywood Studios. And you are in the bedrock. You are in the bedrock of Holywood Studios. So we have a word that means public domain. It means very, very common. Everybody has access to it. It's called the internet. The interconnected net. Very common. The interconnected net. Internet. Just like when they say music, there are songs that are in the public domain, meaning nobody can own it because it's so common and everybody's connected to it that nobody can claim ownership of it. Songs that mostly fall into this category, they call them folk songs. You have a folk song, that means you're from a very particular region. And these songs are handed down orally. There's usually no documented record of when it was written down or for the first time and when it was handed down, but it's been handed down for so many generations. You know how you say, these my folks, or these my peoples. Nation, kindred, tongue, and people songs, what you should call it. Nation, kindred, tongue, and people songs are handed down from generation to generation to generation. And because each generation has been singing it, how can somebody in a new generation claim ownership of it? You can't. They call that public domain. Interconnected. We're all interconnected to the song. So you can't claim it. Unfortunately, Western capitalism, which is a parasite, only taking, never giving, like a tick, like a leech, like a tapeworm. And anybody involved in Western capitalism, this goes for them. 100% of them. Anybody promoting it, anybody profiting from it, anybody engaging in it. This is where pirates come in. This is where the underworld comes in. This is where slave trades come in. This is where sex trades come in. Parasites who only take and never give. It doesn't matter what they have programmed you to think about the word capitalism. What matters is the fruit. By their fruit ye shall know them. Because men lie and women lie, but numbers don't lie. And the fruit of the numbers can never lie. You can't change the numbers of the fruit to match the lie coming out your mouth. It don't work like that, because all fruit comes forth from seed. Each seed will bring forth fruit after its own kind. So when they do things in the dark and then they put on a fake facade and act like, oh, we're this group, and they put taglines that you've been branded to hear that word and associate with the picture, but not associate with the fruit that came from that picture. It's called brainwashing. You're receiving information into your brain that doesn't match up with the actions that you're receiving. It's called brainwashing, because those are two senses. You have a sense for your ears and you have a sense for your eyes. And so brainwashing is when they overwhelm your other senses to program you to believe something that is bringing you pain. That's a sense. That's bringing you death. So to use your eyes and your ears and your smell and your taste to sell you. We're good. For instance, Buckingham Palace, the royals, this notion of a line of royals in Europe. You just wrap your head around that concept. This notion that there's supposed to be a line of royals of individuals who 2,000 years ago we could open up a book and know that 2,000 years ago individuals was in Spain, was in Rome. There's a book called Romans in the Bible. There 2,000 years ago, there's a book called Romans in the Bible. And the same stuff that was happening when a certain figure during that time was walking down the streets of Rome, and we saw what that figure was doing and the lifestyle he was promoting, and the response that he got. They tried to stone him, they locked him up in prison. You have a figure who comes into a place called Rome. We know where Rome is today. This is Italy. This is the Italians. This is the Romans. This is Caesar. This is Pontius Pilate. This is Emperor Constantine. This is the British. This is the European. And a righteous, holy figure, I'm talking about based off of the works that every day he was trying to build and promote, and the authorities, your police, your military, your Italian police, your Italian military, your Italian political figures, your current day pope, the religious system of Europe, which is still in today and still the same. They all responded to this individual who came in simply not with weapons, no weapon, not to do any harm, none of that. Simply with a message of transformation, a message of transfiguration. And every day, when people gathered to get that message, on top of that, he healed them. We're talking about the Apostle Paul in Rome 2,000 years ago. And because the fame and the fortune was no longer directed at, meaning the people's attention, the people's devotion was not no longer aimed at the Italian governor, the Italian senator, congressman, the Italian royals, lords, the Italian banking family. So then all of these high profile Roman Italian individuals sought to silence the man by taking his life. Your same religious system, they go into the same churches, same religious system then 2,000 years ago that you have right now identically. Same structure in Washington D.C., same cathedrals all throughout, same same popes, same bishops, all Italian, all European, all Caesar, all devil. Having the form of godliness, but rejecting the Holy Spirit, which is the power thereof. So if you don't have the Holy Spirit, you got the unholy spirit of the devil. And sure enough, they took the man's life. The record is clear. Sure enough, they murdered a man. The record is clear. And they went back to telling the world that they have supremacy. In what way? In what area? In righteousness? Supremacy in what area? In wisdom? Supremacy in what? Oh, shedding blood. You're the greatest blood spillers. Oh, okay. Now that's a battle we can sign up for. So Hollywood Studios, we here to document. Hollywood Studios has been created. No matter who likes it, no matter who, whatever, no matter what they've told you, no matter what lies you've accepted, no matter who has told the lie, we don't care how big they are, how small they are. Hollywood Studios is here to open eyes. 4D TV, 4D VR TV, 4D AR TV, 4D motion Hollywood motion capture pictures, 4D TV Hollywood star search. We here to search for some Hollywood stars that still got the same exact light. And we here to broadcast. We're not here to give light. We're simply here to see who still has the Hollywood stars light that was poured out 2,000 years ago, that individuals died to give to the world. Same exact light. Didn't fumble it. We are simply here to document and go get and polish those who have the Hollywood stars light. That's it. We're not concerned with any of the fake politics going on. We're not concerned with any of the fake. No. 2,000 years ago, we have seen his star in the east. You ready? And we have come. No, I'm taking. Yep, I got Destiny Keys. All right. Hollywood Studios is also, we're documenting the financial exchange. It's called Onyx Wall Street. Three wise men came and brought a priceless economy from the east. Along the 40th parallel line, as far as you could go into the east. Hollywood Studios is bankrolled and backed by the Onyx Wall Street Banks economy. Onyx wall streets of gold. Banks economy. All throughout history, the whole world has known about the gold of Ophir in the land of Havilah. This is what Indiana Jones is about. This is what Tomb Raider is about. This is what Mummy, all of these shows where these archaeologists are treasure hunting every last one of those archaeologists movies. They have read thoroughly a book. And then because it says key rivers, the Jordan River, the Nile River. You know how many events happened along the Jordan River in that book that dates back thousands and thousands? Do you know how many events throughout the pages of the book happened at, in Jordan River and the Nile River? Countless. Then when it talks about events and battles, Joshua fought the Battle of Jericho. Then it tells you the walls were 90 feet tall and 60 feet thick. The reason that they are archaeologists is because they're trying to find the gold in the land of Ophir. And even though time has gone past, it's going to be impossible to erase from history the presence of a wall that was 90 feet tall and 60 feet thick. Even if the wall is knocked down, even because the foundation and the base has to support the height. That's why they dig. And when they find down in the rocks, the stuff that they telling you they finding and all that, the bones and all of that, they making all that stuff up. What they trying to find is the foundation. So you can't fake the foundation of Babylon. You can't fake the foundation of Jericho. Now, to make their crown more wealthier, they're claiming to have found all of these things and treasures that they ain't really find. Making stuff up. The Smithsonian Institute is filled with stuff they done made up. Archaeologists are trying to find the foundations of the city, and then they dig in to see if they can find that gold. Notice they don't never tell you, oh, we found the gold of Ophir. They telling you about pottery and plates. Come on, man. So in a digital era, we've converted our Onyx Wall Street, silver and gold. Years ago, starting in 2009, we started converting it so we could be mobile. And now we're about to delete it. Those that have will have. Those that don't won't. The U.S. economy and the global economy is already dead. And the world knows that the only one with an economy is you. Those of us in our intranet. An internet is interconnected. An intranet is not connected to nothing. It's private. It's exclusive. It's the most wealthy. It doesn't report. It doesn't pay taxes. It doesn't acknowledge anything else. It's self sustained, self contained, as long as you have the everlasting blessings and the everlasting covenants, which we maintain to the fullest. And just like God told Joshua, don't make no ally with none of them, nobody in the land, because they dead. They worship gods that are not gods. You the only one that worships me exclusively, Joshua. Moses is dead. And I'm about to destroy everybody that's in the land, claiming that they can have lands that I created and worship other gods. They all dead to me. Don't make no treaty with none of them. And the smallest nation in Canaan called AI. This is what your AI is about. Will Smith and his movies, AI. Listen, they know they can't compete with strength or nothing, but they know the command that God gave is for us not to have nothing with them so that God could drive them to extinction for their choice. And so, because they want to have their choice to rebel against God sexually, financially, morally, physically killing people, they want to have a cake and they eat it too. They want to receive mercy and not die, but they want to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. And the only way they get to do that is when God's children aren't obedient. When God's children aren't obedient, then God's children will be the bottom of everybody on the earth. And then the individuals who's supposed to get judgment, you receive the judgment from God for you intervening, and now they get to play. So AI faked and act like they wasn't from Canaan, from another country. And God had already told Joshua, don't make no allegiance. You don't have no allegiance with nobody. You don't trade with nobody. We don't do business with nobody, with nothing. I bless you. You take the blessings, eat it, bless your babies. Bless your brothers and sisters. Bless those in your tents, in your household only. We don't care what happens to no other nation. We don't care. That's what God told him. Because they already made their choice spiritually. They worship gods that are not gods. You keep forgetting. Communism believes there is no God. Hinduism, Buddhism worships idols. Catholicism worships idols. So they making a declaration about their spiritual, moral makeup, which is the opposite of what God calls for his children. So God said, they made their declaration. What's your declaration? Oh, you my child? Prove it. Don't have nothing to do with nobody. No treaty with nobody. When I bless you, keep it all. Don't share it. Because I'm going to curse the ground that they live in. I'm going to curse the air that they breathe. I'm going to curse the children that they have, the cattle that they have, the works of their hand, everything that they touch. I'm cursing it. And don't you relieve the suffering. Don't you extend mercy. Do you know how many of my prophets they killed? Do you know how many of my children they killed? Remember Abel. It's not about the murderer. It's about the one who's been murdered. Hollywood Studios, we here to get justice. We're going to document this journey privately. And we're going to distribute this wealth privately, and we're going to document all while the world is lying to y'all and telling y'all and talking to y'all about Ukraine and talking to you about Donald Trump. And it ain't no presidency. There is no Washington, D.C., no U.S. presidency, no constitution. This is all stuff that happened in England. This is all stuff that happened in Europe. And their Declaration of Independence is them saying, we're declaring independence from the curses that God put on us for the lifestyle we chose. And we're coming to a new world, and we're going to resurrect those same lifestyles outside of the reach of God's curse. Declaration of Independence. New England's Declaration of Independence. We no longer want to live under the curse of the Dark Ages and the Black Death and the bubonic plague that we caused because of the lifestyle that we live. We're declaring independence from the curses of God. And I'm just going to be able to jump in a boat, go commit more atrocities, take land, lie, build up a fake systems of churches. Okay, so you got it. We just declaring to y'all. I've been going around the world since freshman year in high school, 1989 to 1990. All right. Giving abundant life insurance policies. Now we're going to harvest all of those policies that we've given out. I was at an academy called Pine Forge Academy, in a arts and drama group called Phase One. We went all around the world telling a story about last day events that's documented in Matthew 24, Daniel chapter 12, Revelation chapter 12. We went all around the world as a freshman in high school. Obviously, I had known Daniel chapter 12 and Revelation chapter 12 and all of these texts from the time I was a little shorty. So from 1989 to present day, we've served and we've served and we've served. Now it's time to harvest those who've accepted our abundant life insurance policies. And we're going to document and we're going to tell you ahead of time how the last events of Earth's history are going to happen and play out before they happen. And anybody that wants to be on the right side of it, you could cash out. You can convert your life to a Hollywood star's lifestyle and become a lifesaver. Then you can join our Abundant Lifesavers Hollywood stars.